legal limbo for a group of Cuban migrants who were in an offshore standoff with the Coast Guard yesterday. The group was hoping to make it to American soil, but they made it to a lighthouse instead. So the question remains, did the group officially make it here to America?
And that group is being processed by the Coast Guard at sea while some on the mainland fight their legal battle. Local 10 News reporter Andrew Perez, he is live in Miami Beach with the latest tonight. Andrew.
That's right, guys. There is still a big back and forth going on right now. Inside sources are telling us right now, at this moment, this can still go either way. We have spoken with attorneys, activists. We've also spoken with some relatives of these migrants, and all of them saying they're making a big push to get them to come here.
Ellos estaban encima del faro.
Alberto Concepcion says he saw his cousin on the news standing on the American Shoal lighthouse. He said then the 23-year-old made it.
Imagínate, una emoción grandísima ver muchachos joven ya verlos aquí en tierras de libertad es algo grande.
But his cousin, Liban Concepcion, along with the 21 other Cuban migrants found, are still out at sea. They're with the Coast Guard as authorities work to figure out whether to send them back to Cuba or if they're allowed to stay in the States. The group of migrants ditched the homemade boat they were on when the Coast Guard approached. They swam right for the 109-foot structure, which sits about 5 miles offshore from Sugarloaf Key. After a more than 5-hour standoff, they eventually came down. Question now is, did they technically make it to shore under the wet foot, dry foot policy?
We have a structure that is anchored underneath the water.
Raul Sanchez with the Democracy Movement says it absolutely does, citing a 10-year-old case where Cuban migrants made it to a column attached to the old 7-mile bridge in the Keys.
The judge already determined that the old 7-mile bridge, although it was broken on both ends, was still U.S. property and therefore U.S. territory.
So you guys are prepared to file a lawsuit?
That is correct. We're prepared to file.
Many now are mobilizing to help those migrants, so far identifying 15 of them with the help of family and friends locally who are trying to claim them. So these migrants, they are still out at sea with the Coast Guard. They're being processed and questioned. We're told being asked things like, would they face persecution if they were to go back to their country? We're expecting a decision early next week. We're live in Miami Beach tonight. I'm Andrew Perez, Local 10 News.